Hi everyone. If this is your first tapping video, welcome. I'm so happy you've decided to try it. If you've been tapping along for a while now and you're very familiar with the technique, welcome back and let's get to it. So today I want to touch on and tap on the idea of being very easily distracted, feeling like you can't focus, feeling like no matter what, you're just not able to do what you want to do with a certain task. Whether or not you've been diagnosed with ADD or just feel like focusing has always been an issue for you, this is for you. So, if this is your first time tapping, by the way, we'll be tapping along the points and I want you to just follow me. And this one is always hard to see. It's called the armpit point. It's essentially on the bra line. And if you don't wear bras, it's kind of, I'd say like that much below the armpits, right on the rib. So before we start tapping, I just want you to bring to mind your relationship with focusing. If it's a day-to-day thing where you notice you are always getting distracted, just notice what that feels like. And if it's something you've been trying to finish or sit down and really get some quality work done on something, and it's a specific task that's coming to mind right now, bring that to mind and just think about what it feels like when you think about the idea that you cannot focus. You just get so distracted. You're scrolling on your phone, you're scrolling through Reddit, you're reading blogs and forums. And when you're ready, tap along, starting with that first point, and repeat after me. I am frustrated with how distracted I've been. And it's kind of driving me crazy. Because if only I were motivated, if only I could focus, my brain tells me my life would be so much easier. And then moving to that eyebrow point is kind of that inner eyebrow, right on the edge, but above it. This has been frustrating. Side of the eye. I wish I could just sit down and focus like a normal person. Under the eye. I've always wanted to be someone that wasn't so distracted. Under the nose. And I wonder what it would take. On the chin. What I would have to do to be able to not be so distracted. Right underneath the collarbone. You should feel a little bit of a resonance here. And just thinking of all of the times I've been distracted. Under the armpit. How I push things off. Top of the head. How I'm really good at procrastinating and getting distracted on things I don't really need to be doing. Above the eyebrows. I at least acknowledge that I'm good at getting distracted, so that's something. Side of the eyes. But I'm giving myself permission to be honest with myself. I'm honoring that we live in a very overwhelming and overstimulating world. under the nose. I honor that this isn't my fault. On the chin. I genuinely want to be able to focus when I want to and need to. Under the collarbone. So I give permission to slowly strengthen my ability to get into that flow state. Under the armpit. Because it would feel really good to focus when I'm working. Top of the head. To work efficiently. Above the eyebrows. To feel like after an extended period of focus, I can give myself full permission to go and play. That would feel really good. Under the eyes. Because feeling so distracted with one foot in and one foot out, that does not feel good to me. Under the nose. And that's okay. On the chin. I acknowledge that I'm doing my best right now. I'm not enjoying being distracted. On the chest. And I'm also willing to get better at being focused. Under the armpits. Because I understand that skills take time, intention, and focus to learn something new. Top of the head. So what if I see this as something to get playful with? What if I start to playfully teach myself to get into that flow state? Side of the eyes. Because more often than not, I get distracted with things that I don't really care about. Under the eyes. And I notice that when I'm really passionate about something, I lose track of time. Under the nose. So it's kind of my body's way of letting me know, well, maybe I'm not that interested in that. Maybe it's just something I feel like I should do. On the chin. And yes, there are times when I need to do things. Things that I don't necessarily want to do. But as I'm training myself to focus, what if I practice with things that I'm genuinely passionate about? Top of the head. Because I am so ready to feel this flow state more often. Honoring that I don't have to be 100% focused all of the time. But I give myself permission to get better at this. I also give myself permission not to judge myself when I cannot focus. That might be a sign for me to take a break, to go move my body. And I know that most things in life take time. And I'm willing to take the time to get better at developing this skill. I can feel the benefit just thinking about what that would do for me. So, I set the intention, honoring that it's been frustrating to not be able to focus, and getting excited about slowly learning to develop and strengthen this skill. And then I want you to just kind of stretch and relax. And gently bringing to mind whatever situation you've been thinking about, something you've maybe been putting off, or maybe more of a long-term relationship with feeling like you can't focus, feeling like you get distracted, feeling like you can't sit still. Just noticing if there is maybe a new sense of curiosity around the topic, maybe even a gentleness around the topic where in the past you may have judged yourself for not being able to focus, but now it's more of a, what if it's just something I have to practice? What if it's about setting up the environment, allowing myself to take breaks, finding what I'm truly passionate about, noticing where I lose track of time, and starting to get curious about what that might be showing me, what that might be revealing about maybe new ways to be spending and using my time. And I know many of you have expressed that you get so distracted on your phones, you get sucked in. It's designed for that, so don't judge yourself too much there. But also noticing if that is not serving you, put down the phone. After you watch this video, put down the phone and really think about if this is your last day on this planet and maybe scrolling is not what you want to be doing. What is it that you want to be doing? How is it that you want to feel as you are doing and shifting to maybe something new? Just ideas. And if you resonate with tapping, if this is your first time and this really clicked with you and hit some buttons, awesome. I actually host a tapping membership and I do work one-to-one, but my main focus right now is the tapping community because I address the nuances of being a human, whether it's dealing with PTSD, gut issues, fear of not being able to sleep, fear of people judging you, always comparing yourself to others, feeling like you're behind in life, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're not smart enough. All of these self-sabotaging mindset and thought loops, if we can start to release them, if we can start feeling better and more empowered in our own thoughts, you really start to change the way you interact with your life when all of a sudden everything is suddenly possible. All of a sudden everything is something to get excited about, something to learn, something to craft, something to share. Everything starts changing. And that might even sound kind of unbelievable to you right now, but that might even be a limiting belief in and of itself. So I will leave it at that. Reach out with any questions. I genuinely love hearing reflections, reactions. Even if you hated this video, let me know. Doesn't bother me. And I will see ya in the next one, or I will have a conversation with you. And anyways, have a beautiful day in the meantime.
Some scrub J's. We've got some planks, some learning, got some videos, some slippers.